Now I ask the okay, perfect. I would like to invite Her Excellency Mrs. Sylvanie Burton, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Please come to the podium.
Excellencies, distinguished leaders, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin by expressing my profound appreciation to His Majesty King Mohammed VI, the government of Morocco, and the Amadeus Institute for inviting me to participate in this forum, representing not only the Commonwealth of Dominica, but also the wider Caribbean region. The Commonwealth of Dominica reiterates its unwavering and consistent support for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the Kingdom of Morocco, including the Moroccan Sahara. We commend the adoption of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2797, which definitively reinforces the Moroccan Autonomy Initiative as sole, credible, pragmatic, and enduring basis for resolving this question. We further welcome the wide and growing international consensus that recognizes the Moroccanity of the Sahara, a consensus that confirms the legitimacy of Morocco's sovereign rights and the success of its constructive diplomacy under the leadership of His Majesty King Mohammed VI. Dominica remains fully aligned with these principles and committed to strengthening cooperation with the Kingdom. On the occasion of the 50th anniversary of the Green March, I wish to convey the heartfelt congratulations of the Commonwealth of Dominica to His Majesty King Mohammed VI and to the Moroccan people. This symbolic anniversary, reinforced by the adoption of Resolution 2797, marks a defining moment for Morocco. It celebrates a historic act of unity and a contemporary diplomatic milestone that consolidates Morocco's rightful position and broad international backing. Dominica is honored to stand beside Morocco in this historic year, reaffirming our solidarity and our readiness to deepen the ties that bind our two countries. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to bring you greetings and best wishes from the government and people of the Commonwealth of Dominica, a small state which has enjoyed strong and sincere relations with Morocco in several areas. With other small states, ladies and gentlemen, we share the belief that smallness is not a curse, but an opportunity for bringing to the international relations arena a ready recognition of the rights of others and an abiding faith in multilateralism and diplomacy in the interest of peace and human development. Ladies and gentlemen, this forum convenes at a moment when the norms governing international relations are being questioned, and when the frameworks that have long facilitated the participation of small states as equal partners appear to be losing their relevance. While these developments may seem disruptive, we can be comforted by recalling that human progress has in large measure been based on the belief that the seeds of progress are often planted in the soil of chaos and despair. Our hope is therefore that we will emerge from this period of uncertainty convinced of the abiding value of dialogue, mutual respect and collaboration as central to the goal of cementing and maintaining harmonious relations between countries large and small. We are also fortunate that as children of history, we are already aware of the issues and perspectives that require attention and resolution in order to reach a new consensus on how we take international relations to the next level. Thus, we are aware of the importance of inclusivity, of ensuring that voices of all contenders, not just the voices of the powerful, are brought to the table. I am a descendant of the Kalinago, perhaps the oldest indigenous people in the Caribbean. As such, I say with humility that I'm in a good position to advance the view that though indigenous knowledge may not be associated with power, but it is associated with wisdom everywhere. The second perspective that I wish to advance concerns the importance of considered proaction in the interest of timely problem solving. In other words, the challenges that we currently face, whether they relate to the elimination of poverty and disease, to climate change and environmental degradation, to surging international criminal networks, or to cross-border searches for improved well-being, among others. These challenges will not resolve themselves through wishful thinking and inaction. They can only be resolved through considered action where international engagement is predicated not only on the exercise of power, but on the human drive for progress with peace. The third perspective emanates directly from our Caribbean multi-ethnic and multicultural experiences. Long impressed with the reality of our common humanity and the imperative of intercultural tolerance and dialogue, we propose that our international interactions be informed not by the drive for cultural dominance, but by the search for mutual understanding and the retrieval of those principles common to and valued to all members of the human family: the value of community, the drive for progress, and the imperative of education and its dedication to human upliftment. With this said, ladies and gentlemen, we recognize that the above principles are likely to remain untested unless we recommit to putting them into practice and commit to the structures of dialogue and collaboration. The MEDays Forum is an excellent example of this commitment. Ladies and gentlemen, seeking to capture the views of 300 speakers from all over the world is no mean ambition. But as MEDays has been engaged with this process for almost 20 years, we are assured that this Moroccan institution represents the capability and the experience required to ensure that we go beyond the mere facilitation of dialogue and onto programmed action meant to ensure that the perspectives shared will constitute the basis not only for providing support to ongoing initiatives at the multilateral and bilateral levels, but to secure support to new initiatives targeted at the poor, the marginalized, and the powerless. Ladies and gentlemen, we in the Commonwealth of Dominica and in the Caribbean generally are hopeful that this important forum will continue to be a strong advocate for ensuring that the development finance needed to fund key strategic initiatives is mobilized. Without adequate funding, carefully crafted plans for building resilience and sustainable development, for securing energy independence and green transition, for strengthening health systems, and for ensuring the viability of our agriculture will be frustrated. We are convinced, however, that unless we choose cooperation over confrontation, unless we reform the global system and throw open the doors to full international participation, we are likely to fall short of the international solidarity that is necessary for rolling back the risk of global polarization and a reversal of the progress achieved over the past 80 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to our continued dialogue and partnership. I thank you.